Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Monday, February 3rd, 2023 or 2020. Boy, I'm going back in time. 2025. I, of course, am Hammer here with your mortgage rate update. Remember, you can join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget to give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. Don't forget to smash that like button, tag and a friend, share this post in a group. Going to move quick today, y'all. I've got a lot going on this morning, having the pad for my new office being poured, and things are a little chaotic this morning. So anyway, if you're here this morning, say good morning. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget to give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Good morning, James Mahan, Colin, Jordan, Angela, Walters, Monica Dinkins, Debbie Richardson. Great to have all of you. Sean Segaloff, getting worried. Thought, hey, I saw you were talking smack and shut me down. No, I was only a minute late, man. Give me a moment. Mark Clark, good morning. Amber Moser, great to see you as well. Hope you all are doing great this morning. If you're here this morning, go ahead and say good morning. And like I said, all right, so we're going to jump right in. Amy Blauser, good morning. Let me get right over to the live screens and get all this over. So this is going to be a very busy week for bonds. We've got a lot going on. First thing you're going to see, of course, are all the headlines about the tariffs. Tariffs went into effect February 1st. However, they don't actually get implemented until tomorrow, Tuesday, February 4th. So you're going to see more talk of this. But there's a lot of articles about this, of course. You know, Trump's move to put tariff hikes ahead of tax cuts has spooked almost everyone. Stock market, tariffs, royal markets, you know, it's the main thing that you're going to see on any of them. Reuters, you know, markets tumble over Trump tariffs. World leaders brace for his next moves. You want to know what's not shaking up? Bonds, mortgage-backed securities, 10-year treasury yield. They're actually not reacting at all to this. You don't see much of this at all. Right now, you can see that mortgage-backed securities are down a couple basis points on the day. They're a little less than where they were when pricing came out on Friday. So rate sheets may be a bit worse, but not too much. 10-year treasury yield, though, 4.50, closed 4.54 on Friday, and it actually improved. So you could see bonds are not freaking out over the tariffs like all the headlines. Why is that? Simple, because we've already seen bonds were already priced all this stuff in. They did this back in October, November. These were the Trump trades that we saw. This is when everything got worse. So there's a lot less that you have to worry about with this than what we've got going on. I think you're actually don't have too much to worry about with the tariffs. So we have to see what kind of reaction markets have to this, right? Another interesting article that I wanted to bring up to your attention. Let me go ahead and just make this full screen for ease. This one is about how Wall Street frets over U.S. debt plan. And basically, this is not going to have an immediate effect. It's not affecting rates directly today, but it is going to have an effect of at some point, because what's happening is this talks about how the amount of debt that the U.S. has taken on and how much of it is in short-term debt, like T-bills, which are debt that matures in less than a year, versus in longer-term bonds. The new Treasury administration that will be under percent, they want to take more of a long-term they want more long-term debt rather than the short-term debt because it borrows cheaper. Okay. So this, though, they can't do it until probably the second half of the year because it's already been set up ahead of time by the previous administration for the first quarter and I think for the second quarter. But basically this is something that you will see bond traders watching, because if we do see more long-term debt, that means that you've got more supply and that's going to drive pricing down and yields up. So that's something that you would see having an effect on things over here. So, of course, on top of all this other stuff this week, what's not even being talked about, like what's not in the headlines, we have all the jobs data. So tomorrow you've got JOLTS jobs data. We've got ADP claims on Wednesday. Not much of a big deal. Thursday, got continuing jobless claims, new jobless claims. And Friday, we've got the big monster BLS jobs data report. So this is going to be a very, very busy week. My advice, if you got anything that's locking near term or anything closing near term, you may want to lock it, just because as a rule, loans that are closing that close to closing don't generally want to gamble when we don't know what's going on. But if they're very open to risk, they're very risk tolerant, you could see better rates and pricing as we head into next week, depending on what happens with the jobs data, what happens with tariffs and all this different stuff. So we do have some room to improve. But if it's risk averse, if it's closing near term, you may want to lock it just because we don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of uncertainty this week. We're going to have to be reactionary rather than proactionary on some of this stuff. So keep that in mind. But otherwise, y'all, I'm going to wrap it up. I've got to take care of a couple of things here at home. And thank you for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow and we'll talk more. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.